favorites to me is gonna be Bayern Munich, of course. They are in Group A, but look at that group right there: Salzburg, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. Very exciting. I mean, but the last match that they drew 0-0. So you talk about Luis Suarez joining in. I can't see Atletico Madrid being negative this season. I cannot see that with Luis Suarez. And people don't understand, but sometimes there are players that to get the better of them, they need a team where it will be, attacking minded and suitable to them. I'm pretty sure Luis Suarez would have talked with Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone would have convinced him to come over to Atletico Madrid. It's a competitive team, and that's why Luis Suarez made the move, right? I mean, it's gonna be an exciting game, especially at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium, because that's where Atletico Madrid really run riot. You can talk about the Liverpool game last season, right, where they have they defended, but that's Liverpool. That's another tactical which Diego Simeone sets up for his team. I think Diego Simeone, he sets up his team the way the way he wants to play. So does that make sense? There's managers who set up their team on the field. Sometimes players tend to take over, but to me, Diego Simeone, whatever he wants his team to play: counter-attacking football, high pressing, midfield closing down, a 1v1 all over the pitch. To me, that's Atletico Madrid right there, and that's why they managed to get the better of Liverpool, because that's when Liverpool take the lead through Firmino last season. That's what they did, and luck plays a part in football as well. Adrian gave away the ball, which to me, to this day, is not Adrian's fault. But whatever, we can discuss this with a Liverpool fan. But I still think Bayern Munich will be topping the table. Most probably very close. Bayern to top the table, Atletico Madrid, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Salzburg. Sorry to all Salzburg Lokomotiv Moscow fans. It's a very difficult group to get in, and there may be a point, they may get some points to Atletico Madrid from Atletico Madrid, but that's not gonna happen on their day. Luis Suarez and Diego Costa and one of the underrated players over the years that people don't talk about him that much. I'm talking about Koke. He's still there, he's like the Xavi of for Barcelona, you know what I mean? Like, he's still there, he still runs the team, he still dictates the tempo, he don't mind being second fiddle to everyone in the team. And of course, it's a very interesting, like I said, besides Group G, I am really, really looking forward to Group A. Let's go on to Group B next. Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Wow, what a tough group this is. Still, to me, this is not the most toughest group for me. This one's alongside with Group H. We'll get to Group H later on. But Real Madrid, Shakhtar Donetsk, Internazionale, Mönchengladbach. Inter has not made any transfer move this season. Big ones that I'm talking about. They managed to retrieve Lautaro Martinez from FC Barcelona. And Real Madrid, of course, losing Eden Hazard to an injury again. But of course, they managed to get Gareth Bale off from their wage bill. The interesting thing about me, the dark horse Europe, every time this competition rolls around, it's Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk is always the team, a team from Ukraine, always winning the title, but they are always there and about. Quarterfinals in 2015. They reached the round of 16 2 seasons ago. I think they won the group somewhere around in 2013 season, if I'm not mistaken. I'll go on to the history books to check. But anyways, this might be a surprise for you, but I think it's gonna be Real Madrid and Shakhtar Donetsk. I say Real Madrid just because on paper, they must win this competition. Real Madrid is the darling of the Champions League. Like, their names on this competition is intact no matter what. It's kind of like a curse for them to go through every time. Like, you can play their under 18 team. They will still win. They will still win the group. Go through the group, not just win the group. But Real Madrid, of course, Inter have this record of like in big games they don't perform for some reason, especially in the Champions League, unless Antonio Conte, do something. We got like a week away from the group stage. From the transfer window. Nicola Barella is all growing. I think they lost one of their marquee players as well in Ivan Perisic last season, and I think Inter Milan they are too much reliant on Romelu Lukaku, so that itself is not right for me, at least. All right. So that's my prediction: Real Madrid and Shakhtar Donetsk. Inter, and then Morgan Gladbach. For Group C, Manchester City, straightforward group. This one right here for Man City, given their quality. Congratulations on them by purchasing Ruben Diaz. Sorry, not Ruben Neves. Ruben Diaz from Benfica. Now, I want to talk about Ruben Diaz for a while. I've seen him in some of these Benfica games. Now, a lot of people don't know what is it about, especially the pundits out there. I don't know what is it about. I'm excluding the pundits of the Liga from Portugal. Now he's a type of player like John Stones, like Gerard Piqué. He's a ball playing defender, which Guardiola loves for some reason. But he at times can be a little bit reckless, and not as reckless as David Luiz kind, but sorry, not a dig on David Luiz, but yeah, it's that's Ruben Diaz for you. And Manchester City have to sort out everything. Guardiola's final year, and it will be very nice to see. I want to see Guardiola win. Not because that I'm just a fan, but I would love to see Guardiola at least win before. There will be a time where Guardiola leaves club football and move on to international football. But yeah, at least they must win the Champions League. And who knows? If they, here's the kicker. I'm afraid if he wins the Champions League, and he will leave. But he will not renew his contract. You know what I mean? Like, so, there's still a long way of stretch to the Premier League title. But Champions League, they've always have a chance. And my advice to Guardiola is to not to overthink whenever it comes against a bigger fixture. And he overthink too much sometimes, which causes his defeat in the quarterfinals of the last two seasons in the Champions League. For Group D, the 2018 UEFA Champions League winners. 2019 UEFA Champions League winners, Liverpool against 3 times winners of the competition, Ajax, Atalanta, and Midland from Denmark. Is another interesting group as well, because this has the recipe of who's gonna get second place. Straightforward group for Jurgen Klopp's men. Liverpool to finish first in my end. I think Liverpool can clear this group by match day 4, where they can win all 3. I will be surprised if if they didn't clear this group by match day 4. Match day 4 will somewhat, in the original fixture, it will somewhat roll around in November. But of course, with all this pandemic going about, we'll never know how the fixture is gonna be like. That's Group D for you. Let's move on to Group E. Chelsea, Frank Lampard. The football gods has been very, very kind for Chelsea in this group, but Sevilla is no pushover. They are the Europa League winners. Another one is the Krasnodar CF and Rennes from Ligue 1 of France. This will be a tough one right here. I wouldn't say Chelsea to clear the group. So as Sevilla, I'm predicting Rennes will give another fight alongside with Krasnodar. The reason I'm saying this is that Chelsea and Sevilla, their consistency in this competition. Now, Sevilla, I'm excluding the part where they played the Europa League last season, because last season is a little bit special because the fixture is not smack down in the middle of some of their domestic league fixture, not like any other seasons, and it's a one-legged tie. So I've seen Sevilla in La Liga, and they are not consistent at all. There are times that they played horribly, and then the next game they played superb. So I'm not gonna cover much on that. And Group F is the most balanced group in my view. Zenit St. Petersburg, Russian champions, Borussia Dortmund, SS Lazio, and Club Brugge of Liga MX of Belgium. And of course, we know about Borussia Dortmund. They always make the pack. Eric Haaland, hopefully he can continue some of his some of his scoring form from last season, only to be stopped by PSG. Hopefully they can make buy some. I'm just predicting Eric Haaland to lead this season's top scorers alongside maybe Messi, Ronaldo, Luis Suarez, and Sadio Mane, and Sergio Aguero. I'm predicting that Eric Haaland will be one of those. And Lazio as well, they managed to retain Milinkovic Savic. There's a lot of rumor going around that Lazio, a lot of teams wanted to purchase him but he is too costly for them. So it'll be very interesting. But I'm gonna predict Group F as Dortmund and Lazio to go through. And Group E. Yeah, I already mentioned about Group E, and we already do Group G, and let's go on to Group H. Talk about footballing gods not being very kind. Manchester United's opening day against Crystal Palace, and now they have been drawn in one of the toughest group, two of the quarterfinalists, Leipzig and Paris Saint-Germain in Group H. It couldn't get any kinder for them in this group. We might see. I'm not saying it will happen. We might see the downfall of Manchester United in this group as well if they are not careful come the fixture. And Başakşehir of the Turkish league, right? We know about that. And every time a Turkish league plays home, it's so hostile. Whenever they play here. But the good thing about some of these opponents, and I'm not talking from Başakşehir's point of view, is that hopefully, there's not going to be any fans, right? But these players, for some reason, whenever they play at home, especially Başakşehir, that for some reason they make it so hostile, and the big teams don't like to go there that much. I think in maybe somewhere in the 2000s, Ronaldinho and Saviola mentioning that Turkish clubs in the Champions League are the most nightmare to play whenever they got any of these fixtures, and they don't like to go there. So it's gonna be a very interesting Champions League. Looks like it's hopefully like it will end like all the big teams to go about in the latter stages of the Champions League. Like for example, like last season, like all the top 4 leagues teams go through. And to me, the highlights of the Champions League draw is gotta be Group G, Ronaldo and Messi. The first time ever they're gonna face each other. As for predictions, some of the Champions League, I'm predicting the likes of Bayern and Barcelona, Juve, Real Madrid, Liverpool, these top 4 teams, I guess. If it's without Messi and Ronaldo, I wouldn't include Juve and Barcelona, really. It looks like it's for now the big guns, right? But I'm gonna go a stage further. I want to go for the most surprise package. Like last season's surprise package was actually Atalanta. I don't think it's gonna happen again, right? This season's surprise package, for some reason, I feel Chelsea is gonna be the surprise package, the surprise team that will go deep into the competition. When it comes down to the nitty gritty of this competition, Chelsea will rub it off. I'm not too sure how they're gonna do in the league yet. They look like they got a lot of new players. They spend a lot, and it's gonna be one of those fixture. Chelsea, Man City in the quarterfinals. I'm calling it in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And we'll see it from there. Other surprises, it may be. I'm hopeful Dortmund will go there as well. Leipzig looks like a very well balanced team. Dayot Upamecano, they managed to retrieve that. I'm hopeful Inter Milan will get through Group B. I don't think it's gonna happen. And I want to see the team that's going to give Bayern a hard time, and that is Atletico Madrid. I want to see them move a little bit deeper into the competition. I actually think if this format was a UEFA Super League, like they play in a league system, right? I actually think Atletico Madrid can get in the top 3 of this competition, because I think that team has a lot of energy, has a lot of plenty of firepower on the bench. Especially they've got enough experience in this competition, and the likes of Luis Suarez and Diego Costa doesn't know how to rest. They're one of those teams that enjoy not getting beaten easily, so that mentality is there. And of course, I want to see the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona in the competition a little bit deeper this time. It's been a long time since we see them. But of course, if you're going to go for one, I'm going to predict Chelsea. I'm predicting Chelsea as the underdogs, the surprise, the dark horse of Europe, because they are surrounded by big game players like Real Madrid, Bayern, Liverpool, Barcelona, Juventus, and Paris. So we talk about these teams a lot more in the competition deeper come somewhere after February, where the round of 16. But Chelsea, to me, will be the surprise package to me. So hopefully I am correct, and I want to see Frank Lampard stay on the managerial role. I believe he has a lot of influence in this, in some of the purchase, Timo Werner, some of the purchase that he has made, and Hakim Ziyech, very exciting to see him as well. But of course, these are just early predictions from what I have seen so far. We are still a long way to go, and I'm sure I am wrong with some of the draws.